Alright, so we got some dramas. I'm pissed off actually today. So what's happened? So basically, I noticed yesterday with the rear fender on the Sport Glide that it was starting to rattle, and there was a rattle on the left hand side of the fender but not the right hand side. So I had a little bit of a look and noticed that the bolt was missing from the frame. So basically what's happened is the suspension on the Sport Glide is shot. Okay, I bought the bike in December 2019, and from day one the suspension has been shit. And I didn't do anything about it because I didn't realise, I just thought that most Harleys that I've ever ridden, the suspension's always been shit. Okay, and the suspension wasn't great from day one, and I think it just got worse from the day that I bought it. And now it's completely seized. I might as well rip the fucking thing out and put an iron bar in its place for all the good that it does. It's the hardest ride I've ever had. Didn't realise how bad it was until I rode another Sport Glide, and I realised how awesome that was and how not awesome mine was. And of course I was out of warranty, and Harley Davidson aren't interested in helping me, so I'm on my own, right? So I'm thinking of getting Wilbur's. That's probably what I'm going to do, front and back, if I can get Wilbur's for the Sport Glide. I think I can. But either way, I'm going to get aftermarket suspension. I'm not putting Harley Davidson suspension on it again. But I'm pissed off that a 3-year-old bike would have these suspension issues so bad, so soon. And I do know that it's not the first time that the Sport Glide has had these problems as well. But anyway, it is what it is. So basically what's happened is the bolt has snapped off because it's such a freaking hard ride. So I've already started pulling the bike apart, as you can see. I just undid the cables from the fender, undid this bolt here, undid the rear, yeah, right on, mate. Undid the rear crash bar on both sides, unbolted it, unbolted the foot pegs, unbolted it on both sides, and took the fender away. Obviously undid the saddlebags, so there's the saddlebags, tightened the seat, the luggage rack off, and there's the rear fender with the rear crash bars. Right, so basically I have given myself room to now work, and if you can see, I'll see if you can, in there, the bolt is in there. I'm not sure if you can actually see that or not, but the light, let's have another look. So the bolt is inside there, and that's what we've got to get out. So, now don't judge me guys, because I got no idea what I'm doing. I've never had to fix a snapped bolt in anything before, let alone a Harley Davidson. But I went to Bunnings and made a purchase. So I bought this extractor set, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole with the extractor through the guts of the bolt, and then back it out. And then once I've done that, I'm going to go around all 4 holes, these 2 here, and these 2 with a tap and die set, and I'm going to clean up these threads because the bolts are all cross-threaded. And then once we've done that, we should be back in business, and then I can start thinking about aftermarket suspension for this freaking hard ride of a Harley that I've got. Yeah, okay, all right. Let's get started on getting this bolt out. All right, so here's the plan. I'm going to, I haven't decided which one to use yet. I'm thinking probably this one. And I'm going to drill a hole, one of these 2. I'm going to drill a hole into the bolt that's inside that thread. And what's going to happen is that this is going to go into the middle of the bolt with the drill, and then back it out with the same drill. And apparently it's going to just do it slowly, and it should back the bolt from the inside of the thread out, hopefully. So Fingers crossed, let's give it a go. Alright, so it got started, and I just used my hole punch, tapped a hole in the inside part of that bolt, and then I started trying to extract the bolt using the extracting doohickey, but the battery didn't have enough power, so it had just enough power, but it's just not enough punch in it to really do the job. So I've got it on charge. So it's almost charged up. So in the meantime, let's clean up the threads on the 3 other bolt holes that haven't got anything snapped in them, using the tap set, and it's a 3/8 of an inch tap, and I'm just going to clean up 1 and 2 bolt holes there, and then the same, I'm going to do 1 on the other side, and then when we get that bolt out of the other thread, we'll clean that up. Because I unfortunately did cross thread bolts into these holes. So let's just clean it up with this tap, and then we'll do that while we're waiting for the battery to charge up. So I've watched a few videos on this now, so I'm a total expert, of course. And they're not too bad, but my phone is always making noises. So we just turn it, half a turn, couple of turns, half a turn back, and then when I feel that resistance, bring it back a bit. And then by doing this, you should be able to finger tighten your bolt into the bolt hole. You shouldn't need to, if you feel the resistance with the bolt going into the thread at the start, and you continue, you're going to cross thread it, and you're going to have to do what I'm doing now. So there's a 3/8 of an inch diameter tap, because it's a 3/8 of an inch, oh shit, sorry, it's a 3/8 of an inch bolt that goes in here. Just fix that. Alright, and yeah, it's all very simple. And I've learned something today. I've learned how to tap into a cross-threaded bolt hole. And I feel a certain sense of satisfaction about that. In fact, I feel a lot of satisfaction. I don't know how the camera angle is there, but you can clearly see, and this is all unedited, uncut. I haven't cut any bits of it, chopped it up or anything like that. It's just all one continuous shot. And there you go. It's gone all the way in and all the way back out. See? Cool. Alright, let's do the next one. I won't bore you too much with it, but I'll bring it with me anyway. So into this one. Now if you've landed on this video and you have cross-threaded a bolt into your Harley or some other motorcycle or anything, hopefully this is of help to you. And if you've snapped a bolt into a frame of a Harley Davidson, I feel sorry for you, because I've done it, and hopefully by watching this I'll be able to get you out of a pickle, because I'm hoping to get myself out of a pickle. So anyway, let's see what happens. Keep loosening this, sorry. See, I'm not quite an expert yet. I haven't quite got the hang of it. Beautiful. Don't you dare come loose. All right. Beauty. So if you cross thread a bolt on your Harley, guys, don't be overwhelmed by it, because I'm somebody who knows absolutely nothing, and here I am fixing the problem. I haven't fixed all of it yet, of course, because I've got this friggin' bolt out, but just gonna try not to let it beat me. And where there's a will, there's a way, they say. There we go. Look at that. Hand tighten in and out. That is exactly what you want. That is a beautiful, clean thread. There's 3 of them now. Now we've got to fix this one. Alright, we got a bit more power happening, that's good. Alright, let's have a crack at this. Now, I really should be using some kind of penetrating oil, but I haven't, so whatever, anyway. I'll just give it a go. If this doesn't work, I don't know what I'll do. But anyway, we'll try this first and we'll see what happens. Alright, I've been getting a bit of a bite in here. I'm going to try and, I was going to see if it works by banging in a extractor and see if I can extract it out. I'll try. Let's see. It couldn't be this easy, but we'll try. Oops, take your finger off. I'll try and back it out. And they say to reverse it out, and then hopefully this has some success. Let's just see. I'm not banking on it, but we'll see. I don't think I've drilled into it enough. Not proving easy at all. Alright, status updates. Man. So I've hole punched and I've drilled into it. I've already snapped a drill bit, probably because I'm using cheap Chinese shit. I've used a penetrating oil WD-40, I put shitloads of WD-40 on it. Tried to drill it out. I'm not having any luck at all. So I'm going to keep spraying WD-40 on it, and I'm just going to let that sort of penetrate overnight. Tomorrow I'm going to go back to Bunnings and I'm going to get a much better couple of drill bits, the best drill bits that I can possibly find there, and then come back. I'll make sure that my drill is fully charged and I'll come back at it again. It's just a matter of drilling a hole in it enough that I can get the extracting tool in there to back it out. But I can't penetrate with the drill bits that I've got. They're just not good enough. So tomorrow, Bunnings, better drill bits, and then I'll see you back here. All right guys, it's 2 days later. Here's the bike. So the last time I saw you, I was pretty unhappy with the bolts the drill bits that I had. So went to Bunnings and I bought a couple of cobalt bits from Sutton Tools. Now I'd been told of a reversible drill bit, and which I guess would act similarly to a easy out. But anyway, the guys at Bunnings didn't have any, and the guy that was there couldn't really help me. He was a nice guy, but he didn't really know much. So I bought those two drill bits. I drilled for hours and hours, and I spent a lot of time on it, and I just could not get a decent bite onto the buried bolt. Tried my hardest, and I just got sick of it. And anyway, so decided, nah, bugger it, I'm making a phone call. So I went over to Town Curry, and I got a friend of mine, and he got it out for me. Thank God, hallelujah. So we have a look in there, and there is daylight, and the thread's been all nicely cleaned up. It took him a while to get it out. He's got all the good gear, and I paid him $80 for it, and I would have paid him 180, to be honest, just to get it out. I was just freaking sick of it. So, I wanted to keep the bolt so I could show you, but he just completely minced the bolt and then ran a tap through it and fixed it up, so that was great. So anyway, I couldn't show you the bolt, unfortunately. But yeah, so all right, that's that problem out of the way. I want to have a little bit of a chat about the suspension on this Harley Davidson, because it's the suspension on the Harley that's got me into this pickle. I bought this Harley Davidson 3 years ago, and the suspension has been horrendous on it pretty much since I bought it. Probably not straight away, to be fair, but not long after. I did notice that it was quite hard, and then it just got harder and harder and harder as time went by. I stupidly didn't do anything about it, and here we are 3 years later, and it's just, you know. And the thing is, here's the thing, to me it's dangerous now, because that bolt sheared off due to the vibrations. The fender strut was vibrating so much that it sheared off one of the bolts in there. So I have a problem with that now, because then my safety is now being compromised due to the fact that the suspension isn't doing the job that it's supposed to. And I don't really think after 3 years it's good enough to have that kind of problem. You know, and I'm not having a go at the dealership who sold me the bike. It's not their fault. It's not even really Harley Davidson Australia's fault. It's whoever the guy at the factory in Milwaukee or wherever the bike was built. It's their fault that this has happened. But I am unfortunately the person who has been numbered with the problem. But here's the thing, I paid $26,000 for this bike, and I'm not happy that I'm riding a hard tail, not a soft tail. You know, I can really feel it in the corners when I'm going in and out of corners, like, you know, the handling's just not there. And And as I showed you earlier in the video, this bolt here was backing itself out of the bike. That's how much that this thing is vibrating. There's the shock, and this bolt was coming out. You know, it's a real concern, and it's a real concern for my safety. So I need to do something about that now. And I'm not trying to pick a fight with anyone. Not trying to pick a fight with Harley Davidson or anybody at all involved with this bike or the selling of it to me. Don't have any problems, but I do think that it does need to be fixed, and I think it's only fair. You know, in my view, I think that Harley Davidson should come to the party and replace that shock for me free of charge. So that's what I'm going to try for. I don't fancy my chances. I'll probably end up getting some aftermarket suspension for it anyway, but I'm certainly not going to pay for Harley Davidson suspension to be replaced when it really hasn't been optimal from the beginning. So anyway guys, look, I would love to have shown you how to get a bolt out, but I just couldn't do it. And I dropped the bike off to Sean this morning, and I just went to work for the day in the barber shop, and then he came down later on that afternoon and gave me it back, so I couldn't even film it. So but that's how it goes. So but anyway, got out of that pickle. Thanks for watching. Let me know in your comments what if you have a Sport Glide, how's your suspension? Have you had any problems with it? And let me know your thoughts on what the hell I should be bloody doing too. Alright, thanks for watching guys. See you in the next one.